smell that?
Blue cheese chips?
No, man. It's like refined but also gross. It's like gourmet scum.
What?
Whoa! We're here! Another fantastic episode of Gourmet Scum. Folks, we haven't done a Gourmet Scum in what? Woo!
It's been a while.
It's probably, it looks like it. Oh, see, it says a dragon's age. So it's been a long time. But there's tons of stuff to talk about.
Tons of scum to talk about.
Tons of scum to talk about. Stuff that appeals to us, and I would assume appeal to the nerdy folk that watch us on this beautiful Warlock Home Video Network channel.
Oh, you're drinking out of a Gourmet Scum glass.
Oh my God, I am!
Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Oh, Meredith Host, thank you.
Thank you, Meredith.
Yeah.
Bringing home that Gourmet Scum.
Tastes better out of that scummy glass.
Yeah.
So, what are we going to talk about? So there's a lot of geeky stuff that doesn't quite fit into the 80s and doesn't quite fit into Star Wars and doesn't quite fit into wherever.
Well, that's what Gourmet Scum is all about.
That is what it's about.
A little bit of everything.
Well, there is a lot of Star Wars stuff.
But we're not going to do that until our Scruffy-Looking Scoundrels episode.
Okay.
Celebration. Masturbation.
So tell me, what do you want to talk about first?
Well, there's been a
breaking news
glut of movies actually that have been that have come out, and we've sort of seen some here and there. So we can talk about our initial impressions of those films. Captain Marvel.
I liked it. I didn't love it at all. I very much accepted it. But for me, with the overall canon of the cinematic universe, it didn't really do anything to perpetuate that, in my opinion. And again, to me, Brie Larson was the worst part of the movie. I can't wait to see what she does with some more seasoned directors, with the Russos having her do some stuff. That, to me, is more exciting, but overall, it was fine. It was a Phase 1 Marvel film. I didn't have high expectations going in. I was whelmed.
Yeah, I liked it. That's how I look at it. It feels like a Phase 1 Marvel movie.
Yeah.
I do feel that it would have been a different film given a different director.
But yes.
Yeah.
I don't, it didn't feel like it's a 90s movie. It didn't feel like a 90s movie. Like it felt like it's a sci-fi epic. It's not really that. It just kind of was like not really anything. I was actually super excited in the beginning because with that whole like team and doing like a mission, to me, I was like, holy cow, this feels different. And it did. I was like, this is cool. This is like what they could do if they ever do a Green Lantern Corps thing. Like, I just felt like this was a cool spy type movie thing. And I was in it. And as soon as she landed on Earth, I was like, I think Brie Larson's a fantastic actress. I think she has range. I think she has the chops to do this character right. But I never once felt that she was Carol Danvers from the comics, in my opinion. I felt she was someone who had an idea of what that character was like, but wasn't doing it.
I mean, it definitely is kind of, unfortunately, it just kind of feels like we had to do this because she was going to be in, Endgame. It has that feel of like, let's intro this character in a subpar thing and then show how amazing she can be in,
Can I be honest? I'm being honest. I feel it was, let's put this character out because we have to make a female-driven movie because Wonder Woman did so good. I feel they should have done a Black Widow movie a long time ago. Like, that could have happened. It would have been a 90s movie, an early 2000s movie, and we would have got her being awesome with Hawkeye. To me, I don't feel that Captain Marvel was there from the beginning. Like, I don't think Kevin Feige had that idea going back 10 years and was like, this is going to be where we go. I feel it was, shit, Wonder Woman was it, and we got to do better. Who do we have in our roster? Who can take us to... Well, it's not... I know it got announced before.
Yeah.
It did, but I feel like it got announced before the movie came out. I don't think it got announced before we knew that Wonder Woman was going to be part of that world, that DC world, because Zack Snyder was working on Batman v Superman forever.
Yeah.
So I just think it was a response to DC, and it was a response to the landscape of, why are you keep putting out these guy movies? Like, why, you have, and you do. Carol Danvers, I think, is an amazing character that can hold a movie on her own. But Marvel does have a ton of women who could lead movies. But specifically, you've had Black Widow for 10 years and you haven't done anything with her. So to me, that would have been the movie to do first if you were going to go that route. I think they made it after the fact. Okay, how do we make this character be the one and the savior, potentially, for what happens in Endgame? Though I don't think her being there is really going to change anything, because they're going to go travel through time. It doesn't matter if it was Carol Danvers. It doesn't matter if it was Jessica Jones. It doesn't matter who it was, what strong female character it was to help them solve what happens in Endgame. Personally, that is my opinion. You can leave in the comments what you think, but that's just how I feel.
Well, I liked it. I didn't love it, but it was fine. I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
It was fine. There's some very cool things that are in it, and it ties up some things. It does. Well, it shows you how things happened here and how things happened there, and this. Well, yeah,
like,
it does.
How does the Infinity or the gem go from Flurkin to
he pukes it up.
He pukes it up, but then I guess it sits on that desk, and then Nick Fury just puts it in a case, and then, you know what I mean? It doesn't really tell you how it even got to be there to begin with. It doesn't tell you how Howard Stark got it to Project Pegasus. It does not give you that.
No, whatever. So he didn't like it, but I enjoyed it for what it was. There are worse films out there.
Oh, of course there are. Of course.
But I also agree that she's probably going to be way better in Endgame.
Yeah.
She will be
a force
they
to
got
be
their
reckoned
shit
with.
Together. Yeah, and these people who think that she's gonna like save the day, you're ridiculous.
No, it's not. That is not. She is not. Then
you have no idea of how this world works in the MCU, and come on.
Well, even in comics,
she's
she's as strong as hell, but they don't bring her out every time.
No, she's going to
destroy
help
everything. Yeah,
she's going to help
a team.
But if you have to know that it's the original group that's gonna...
Yes, that consists of humans, for the most part, that don't even have fantastical powers.
They're gonna take this guy down.
Yes.
Anyway, Captain Marvel. Let's move that. That was probably a little too long. It needed to be. Longer than it needed to be. You saw...
Us.
I
liked it. There's some heavy plot holes in it, but it's a good horror movie. And, I like the fact that it just made $70 million. It's the highest grossing original horror movie of all time at this point. Or not highest grossing, but at least highest grossing premiere of an original horror movie, which I think is great, because that's one thing that, too many things rely on. As much as I love the Halloween movie, it's the 10th one or something like that, or close to 12th. So I love it, but it had something to go off. It has a book to go off of. It has a 90s movie to go off. So as far as an original horror movie, I think that's fantastic. Keep bringing out, make Hollywood realize that original horror content can be created and it can make money from nothing.
I look forward to seeing it.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. So it was good. But you saw
Shazam,
which I did not see yet.
They did some odd little one-off screening.
They did it with Aquaman, remember? And Spider-Verse.
Oh, they did.
They just had a day that was just a random.
Well, they did it with
day.
Bumblebee as well.
Yes. We're like, hey.
So the movie doesn't come out for a couple weeks, but
does it count towards the money? like as day one? Like,
I have no
so
idea.
Weird to me.
I don't know. But Shazam, I liked it. It was fun. It was good. I still think Wonder Woman and Aquaman are the best out of the DC movies so far.
The new crop.
The new, yeah.
Yeah.
But Shazam was fun. It totally is a different vibe from any of that. It's got, I was telling him that it really, it is a comic book movie. It is a comic book movie. There's no denying this crazy shit that happens in it. And it's all comic booky. So it's great. I was having a lot of fun with that. So yeah.
Someone
give it a shot, man.
Someone was like, this is like totally unbelievable. Like this guy, he's a kid and he gets big and blah, blah, blah. And I go, obviously it's a comic book movie, but if you had those powers and you were a kid, you would do all the things that they do in that trailer. You totally would, because you're a kid. Like, you're dumb. You would go goof off with your friends and try to show off because you're a kid, just like Tom Hanks in Big. You try to do stupid kid stuff. I was like, even if you didn't read the comics, didn't know the source material, to me, I was like, this totally makes sense. Like, that's what you would do.
Well, if any comic book fan out there watches a movie and says,
it's unbelievable.
This is totally unbelievable, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, that to me is always like the weirdest, like, kind of rebuttal to. It's just too unbelievable. It's just not realistic. You're right. Mutants aren't real. I'm sorry, they're not. It's just it's maybe because we've been making shitty horror movies that are fantastical for 20-something years, but like it's just not real, people. It's a movie to begin with. Even if it's based off of a true story, it's a movie. So, I look forward to seeing Shazam very much, though. I can't wait to watch it. Yeah.
Good time.
I'll see it. Good time. But we're seeing a lot of stuff in April.
Well, April, I mean, it's like, oh my gosh. For some reason now, the summertime is April.
They don't even care about, February, like these months that used to be
dumping grounds.
Yeah, are now like, oh, let's make, $100 million blockbuster films. Like, it's insane.
Well, because for some reason now people are like, we can put movies out anytime we want to.
Which was a stupid thing to begin with. Why couldn't you always just do that?
That's what I mean. Yeah. Like, well, we don't think they'll sell. If you put the right movie out, it'll sell. Yes. It'll make money.
If you make
idiots,
they will come.
My goodness.
So, I don't know. So Shazam. Mm-hmm. We always talk about the movies that we're looking forward to in the year. That's first week,
April 5th.
As well as
Pet Sematary also comes out, which I'm super stoked to see. People seem to be really enjoying this movie.
They premiered it. It just sounds great.
So we got that. Hellboy comes out in April.
Yep.
There's something else.
Endgame.
I know, but before Endgame, I feel like there's Dumbo is coming out at
this
the end
weekend.
Of this month. Yeah.
This upcoming weekend.
Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff.
It's back to back.
But I mean, clearly, Endgame is the end game, folks.
Ooh. And we won't see any movies, anything past April 28th or whatever.
Some crazy awesome sounding movies coming up.
Yeah.
But Endgame, there's only two movies that were my most anticipated of the year. Endgame and Episode.
Oh, right, sorry.
Episode 9. And we're getting Endgame in a month.
Yeah.
So, crazy.
From today.
Crazy day.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know when you're watching this, but yes, this is March 25th.
Yes.
A month from today, they will be doing screenings of Endgame. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I will be...
Tickets still aren't on sale by the time we're recording this, which is bananas to me.
I know, they usually... Yeah, but they're coming.
I know.
I will be seeing it in Orlando at Disney Springs on the Dolby AMC Cinema screen. I'm pretty excited about that.
Great for you.
Yeah. It is. But you'll be seeing IMAX. I won't see it IMAX until I come home.
Yeah, I'll be seeing it in IMAX.
That's when I'll see it with my son.
Day one.
So yeah, I mean, Endgame is gonna. We have no idea. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna blow our taints.
I think Hellboy will be fun.
Totally.
I think
absolutely.
We haven't seen Neil Marshall on the big screen
in a while.
In a long time.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even. Whoa.
It was Centurion. Oh yeah, Doomsday. No, it was
Centurion.
It was Centurion.
Which I like that.
That was
movie.
After Doomsday.
Yeah, I do like that movie. I feel like that didn't get a long release, though. I mean,
well, it didn't. Really I'm not a big fan of that one.
I liked it.
For me, Neil Marshall, he did. I mean, Dog Soldiers, The Descent, and Doomsday. Yeah. I mean, that right there. He 3 times the charm. It's all 3 of those are like, you know. Whew.
If you haven't seen Doomsday, everybody. I mean, all of them are great. But if you haven't seen Doomsday, and you've been wanting a new John Carpenter movie, and he hasn't come out with anything good in a while, that's the one.
Check out Doomsday. That's absolutely right.
I just love it so much. Whew. Love it. Love it. Love it.
So anyway, Endgame. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yep.
We got a bunch of trailers. You know?
Did you... Yeah, you know what we didn't talk about? Did you like the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood trailer?
It was fine.
Okay.
It was fine. I'll see it. I have a weird...
I know now you do.
I have a weird relationship with Quentin Tarantino. I just...
He just calls him in the night and Crank calls him.
Yeah. We used to be tight. Then he started pranking me. Well, it didn't help that, like, you know, I sort of know how he is in real life, and certainly my real life experience with him was less than stellar. So that kind of did it as well. Yeah. And it just kind of hits home how he is with his films. Listen, everyone has their opinion, and people absolutely love Tarantino, and they think he is a god in filmmaking. I don't. Mm-hmm. I happen to like some of his films, but I also think he is a masturbatory filmmaker where, similar to Chris Nolan, he has a mirror in front of himself and he jacks off to himself in the mirror while reciting his own dialogue. I think that's very clearly...
You think Christopher Nolan does that?
Christopher Nolan does it visually.
Okay, all right.
You know?
I was going to say, because he doesn't have great dialogue in those movies.
No,
and it's mostly Jonathan who writes them anyways.
Christopher Nolan really loves his visuals and really loves himself and doesn't mind the hype that people hype up about his films. And where I think they're just okay films.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I agree with that.
And Tarantino is like that. It's hit and miss, man. You know, he's got some stuff that I absolutely love.
Yep.
And he's got some shit where I'm just like, oh my God, he's jacking off all over himself in this, and it's ridiculous. And I just can't take it seriously, and it's silly. So, this, I don't know. It could go either way.
Yeah.
What I hope it is, I hope that it's similar to Inglourious Bastards, where he's taking something that happened in totally real life and he's changing what happened. Mm-hmm. He's movifying it. He's making it a Quentin Tarantino what happened. Mm-hmm. And what I would like to see is Brad Pitt, Leo, and Bruce Lee go after Charles Manson because of the Tate murder, and they kill Charles Manson. Yeah. That's what I would like to see. Whether or not that happens, I don't know, but man, what a romp that would be. How hilarious that would be. And maybe he's got the balls to do that.
I like all of Quentin Tarantino's movies. All of them. No. For different reasons, like varying degrees of like, but Inglourious Bastards, I really fight with myself if it's his best versus Kill Bill, which I also love. But Inglourious Bastards, it's so fun. Like, Brad Pitt is so good in that movie. I love it. But, seeing Bruce Lee was what did it. Like, seeing Bruce Lee, I was like, holy cow, that is genius. I don't know where you came from with that idea, but I I loved it. So now that you say that, I didn't think of that, but that would be the greatest thing ever if he. Because who likes Charles Manson, right? Let's see him die. Just like we were all happy to see Hitler die in Inglourious Basterds in a weird, fantastical way. Let's do the same
in a glorious way.
Yeah. So
inglorious way. So 50-50. 50-50.
Yeah.
What I really want, I just want him. I wish he would make
a sci-fi movie
or a horror
movie.
Outside
of
he claims that he did with Death Proof. He absolutely did not. I understand what he was doing.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I want a proper horror movie from him.
Like From Dusk Till Dawn.
Well, he wrote it.
I know,
but it wasn't even his concept. It was Robert Kurtzman's concept. I know. But yes, he wrote it. Yes, give me that. Give me that.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Or that sci-fi, that Star Trek. If he did that, I could imagine it would probably be really.
If that actually
great.
does happen,
yeah.
I doubt it will. But
right.
I would like to see that. Yeah, I want these guys to do that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see.
So what was another trailer that impressed you?
Stranger Things season 3, or excuse me, it's just Stranger Things 3.
Yeah.
They don't even look at it as a season. They look at it as a
continuation.
Movie. Yes, these are long form movies.
Yeah.
So they are sequels.
Yeah.
And I am 100%. That is what I'm doing July 4th.
We're doing. Yes, you're right.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, unless something crazy happens, that is it's literally on the schedule for that day. My wife and I have a shared Google schedule, so I make sure I know what I'm doing, but yes,
for the most part,
on the schedule.
For the most part, I'm not a big July 4th person other than like having parties with people.
No.
I don't care about fireworks or any of that shit.
No.
So, I mean, we could...
It's a hot day. What else would you do but sit in a basement for 8 hours and watch a movie or show?
That's right.
A movie.
So I fully intend to binge...
Maybe we'll take a dip.
Yeah, man.
In between some
dippage,
times.
Little dippage.
We'll do some barbecue, like they probably do in the show.
That's right. I just can't
Let's have a Stranger Things party.
Well, we should. Absolutely, we should.
Actual, like, cookies that are themed.
July, then I'm going to do it.
Write it on the list.
There, I will make that
event page.
I will.
I just want to have a comfortable seat,
July 4th.
For my wife at that time.
Well, we'll make sure. We'll make sure you get comfy seats down there.
So...
We'll watch it on the big screen.
Gosh. Down
there.
But that trailer... I've been going through a Motley Crue phase right now too, and it's really been hitting home with me.
You watch that?
I told you.
You did. You watched The Dirt.
I watched The Dirt, and I loved it.
I am going to watch The Dirt. Yes. Motley Crue was everywhere. Certainly, if you're an '80s kid growing up in the '80s, Motley Crue.
I think that's what it was. Like, I never was like a consistent Motley Crue. Like, I'm listening to an album, but it's not like I don't know any of the songs and heard any of the wild
I had Dr.
stories.
But still, I wasn't like a connoisseur.
No.
I had Dr. Field. I had that album because it was a huge album.
Yes.
And it was everywhere. So, but anyway.
But using that music in the
Stranger Things 3.
That was.
Listen, this show is Nirvana for me. You know what I mean? It is Valhalla. It is paradise. It is everything.
But it's not your favorite show of all time.
It's not. But it is out of all these '80s shows or these things that
like
pull on those sort of strings for me.
Yeah.
Stranger Things knocks it out of the park every single time.
Right.
They just get the feel. They get the look. They just absolutely. And even though the Duffers are like 8 years younger than me.
Yes.
So they didn't even grow up, per se, in the 80s. But somehow these motherfuckers are getting it absolutely right.
Well, they time traveled. They clearly did.
Again, the music 100% doesn't match the year all the time.
Yeah.
But what they're going for, they're evoking with that certain music.
Yeah.
Anyway, just visually, the tone, it is all there. And I'm going to love it regardless. Throw in supernatural and monsters and all that shit. It's just icing on the cake.
Do you think we're going to get any of the stuff that they did in that episode, the X-Men episode? Or
I don't know.
Episode?
I feel like they probably might, at least one episode.
Yeah.
Just to further that story.
Yeah. I hope they don't throw it away, because I actually really like that episode. I know it's completely not have anything to do with it.
I didn't 100% like the episode, only because I knew what they were, because they're on this certain arc, and that was a weird departure for this arc.
Yes,
but it will pay off, and I think eventually it's going to pay off.
Okay.
So I don't know, man. Come on.
But it looks so good.
I can't.
And it's 1985, so it's the greatest year.
The malls.
Yes.
Oh, everything. It just watching the trailer.
Yeah, I know.
I zap back to all of that. 100%. It's amazing. So I can't wait.
Can't wait.
Another thing, we got even more confirmation. I mean, there's not much more confirmation you can get from than this, from the mouths of the people who are making the film.
Oh,
Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves are back.
Yes.
As Bill and Ted in Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Long gestating project, because we've been hearing about this for
12 years, man. They have been
long time. Like actively talking about it in interviews. They have been talking about this film for a decade.
It was almost 10 years ago when I met Alex Winter, and I was talking to Alex Winter about Bill and Ted 3 back then.
So crazy.
And then we have a script. We've been working on this
original
script.
Writers.
Yes, it is. It's the original writers.
Which is great.
They do have a director. He directed Galaxy Quest.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
And they are shooting this summer, and it's the 30th anniversary of the original Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yes.
I always thought that this was the year that it would come out.
Well, yeah, of course.
But it's very cool that they are
at least shooting this year.
Yeah. And it's coming out next summer from Orion Pictures, who released the first two films.
So bananas.
It's coming out next summer, August. Yeah. Insane. Bill and Ted, man. Insane.
Yeah,
you know what, though?
Fun.
This world needs Bill and Ted. It is in a shit pile right now, and we all need a little more be excellent to each other type attitude, and I think this is going to bring some people together.
I hope it does. I hope it makes money.
I think it will. I don't think it's going to be like a giant
No, but I hope it makes the money back to go.
I absolutely
You know what, guys? That was good. We did it. 30 years later, we did it. And we didn't fail miserably. Like, we just did a good job. And that's all I want. I just want to have a fun time.
Just a good movie.
Just a good movie.
And that it pays off for them. All this work, all this time, this effort.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason why it took so long, is because they absolutely wanted to get it 100% right.
Right.
There was no reason to make a Bill and Ted 3.
No.
You know what I mean?
No one was asking for this film.
Other
than you, but I mean, really, have you been asking for it? I think you've been asking for Ghostbusters
everything.
3.
I want Ghostbusters 3. I want Teen Wolf 3.
But I mean,
I want all these fucking movies. Yes, absolutely. I want Weekend at Bernie's 3. I want it all. Yes, Weekend at Bernie's 3D.
3 D by who directed Piranha? Alexander Aja.
Yeah.
So with Weekend at Bernie's, he directs it. It's a horror film now. Fantastic.
So absolutely, I want that. Yeah. So yes, I've always wanted a Bill and Ted 3.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna see it. There's absolutely no way I'm not gonna see this movie. It's wild.
Great.
It's fantastic. Deadwood
is back. But let me say this again. I mentioned this to you yesterday. Okay. Ghostbusters 2 and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure both came out same year, 1989.
Yep.
And now, in 2020, Ghostbusters 3 and Bill and Ted 3 are coming out the same summer. Guys.
It's the summer of the 80s again.
Just keep it coming. Keep it coming. Get me in there, folks. All I'll make is 80s movies. That's all
Have you guys been waiting for that Nerds, reboot?
A new Nerds, yeah.
That's you.
Forget 3 and 4 ever happened, because they were like television movies.
Yeah, they'll just
go right after part 2, man.
Do it.
Give us another Avengers of the Nerds.
I'm actually shocked that they're not, because I feel like most of them would come back and do it. Be like, it's our kids, again. Because I think they did something like that with the TV one.
Well, the TV one was different. Oh, the TV one was the next generation.
That's what I mean.
But it was like
that's what I'm saying.
New college nerds.
Yes.
And then 4th was Nerds in Love and Booger Gets Married.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I did watch those, and I feel like it came out like on Valentine's Day, like.
And it was in 3D.
TV.
There were 3D moments where you got the blue and red glasses.
Ooh. Ooh. So we're not gonna do that when we reboot it.
But anyway, Bill and Ted 3, huzzah.
Yep.
So great. Yeah. But Deadwood. Guys, are you Deadwood fans? I am a huge Deadwood fan. It's an HBO Western.
Documentary, I think.
Yeah, it was, yes. Most of that is very authentic.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Shit actually happened.
Yeah.
There's some liberties taken.
Bit. But I mean, the characters, Billy the Kid and Calamity Jane.
And Wild Bill.
I think Sweargin was a real character.
But all that stuff was...
Yeah, so... Anyway, it's a Western.
Woo.
It's hilarious.
It's all great.
It's hilarious.
Sweargin.
It's a very good show. It was during the time of HBO when they didn't have to go one a year. I guess they still don't really.
They certainly didn't do it because,
But that was like, hey, let's wait 3 years between Sopranos seasons.
Yeah.
Because, sure. Or like...
Well, they do that with Game of Thrones and...
Curb, but that's because Larry doesn't care. He's just like, 5 years
So I guess they've always done it.
Yeah.
It's like, it'll come out when it comes out.
Yep. So,
so Deadwood, this is a Deadwood movie, and it's 13 years after the movie... the show... No, it's 13 years after the show ended.
Oh, okay.
But the timeline is 10 years after the last episode.
Okay, there you go.
See what I'm saying? So we get to see that group again, once again. I'm really excited. I'm actually sad that it's only like a 2-hour movie.
At least we get it. It's
same thing with
but Fight or Serenity. At least we get it.
I know, but man, I'm gonna be like
happening,
yearning. I know I'm gonna be longing, and I'm just gonna want to watch it
I'm totally
right
going
again.
To. Totally, I mean, I can't wait till when they do that, Spartacus movie made for TV. Directed by Sam Raimi.
One can dream. One can dream. I'm actually shocked they don't try to bring Spartacus back in some way. Not Spartacus, but one of those spin-offs. I remember they were thinking about doing Caesar. Why don't they fucking do Caesar?
I know.
I want one of those shows again.
Badly. I beg
with DeKnight behind it.
Well, he's at Netflix doing Mark Millar stuff now.
Oh, well.
So he's entrenched in... He signed a 5-year Netflix deal, and part of it's with Mark Millar. That doesn't mean that he's not going to do other things for Netflix that are... I mean, Spartacus is on Netflix, I think.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No.
Oh,
no. It used to be.
Oh, it used to be?
It used to be. Yeah, it is not.
That's a Star's problem.
But I have it all. I've got it all.
Oh, I do. I watch them.
I can watch that.
I've watched that show.
So have I.
Many times.
We've actually just been thinking about doing it again.
So good.
And we start from the prequel.
You go right there?
Yeah, we do the prequel and then go.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. No reason not to. So yeah, it's been...
Is that it? Was that all the news?
No, we had breaking news today.
Breaking news? Oh my God. They sent it just to him.
Just to me. So Apple announced... officially their streaming service. Another streaming service that we're potentially going to have to pay for. Or Fire Stick. But with it, I'm reading from sci-fi.com. So there's a lot of... They only talked about the genre stuff that's coming out. And one thing in particular that jumped out was that Steven Spielberg himself is rebooting Amazing Stories, which is crazy.
I really enjoy that. I know Brian Fuller was attached to that to be the showrunner of that.
But he's attached to everything.
And then something happened and that fell through.
Yeah.
But, guys, if you're my age and you were a child in the 80s, growing up in the 80s, Amazing Stories lasted 2 seasons. It was great. It actually was amazing. Especially for me, who at that time, I was
be a filmmaker.
Yeah, 6, 7, 8-year-old. I was it was 8. It was 8 and 9. Man, that show. And if you revisit it, it's still
good.
Still fantastic. Yeah. And it was just a bunch of filmmakers.
It's an anthology
that
series.
Spielberg got
to
do all these wacky genre shorts. An episode, and they're just some of them are just So great. So give it a shot. Amazing stories. I'm excited to see this return. Same way with Twilight Zone. I'm excited to see what Jordan Peele is doing with Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Give me anything like that genre
Tales
television.
from the Crypt,
yeah, man.
please.
Give us Tales back.
Oh,
you know?
I want it so bad.
Both Tales. Tales from the Dark Side, Tales from the Crypt.
Tailspin.
I won't take that. No.
So anyway, that was
do Gargoyles live action.
Well, that would be amazing. Yes. So some other things that they announced: a show centered around the Peanuts characters,
which I love. Give me Charlie Brown and those Snoop-tastic gentlemen.
Unnamed Simon Kinberg sci-fi series.
Unnamed. Sounds good.
Some show by the guy who did Battlestar Galactica and Outlander, Ronald D. Moore. A series based off of Time Bandits.
That's interesting. I didn't know about that, and you gentlemen did, but I didn't. I'm a fan of the film, and I could see instantly how this could work, how this show could work. It's very, very cool. And Taika Waititi is involved.
Taika Waititi is writing and directing.
Time Bandits is great. If you guys haven't seen Time Bandits, I guess it's not for everybody, because Terry Gilliam
is not for everybody.
Is not for everybody. But if you're a Python fan, if you're a fan of little people, if you're a fan of time travel and David Warner and George Harrison doing a sweet song, check out Time Bandits. It's a weird, wild, funky early 80s movie.
I have not seen Time Bandits.
I don't know if you would like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's coming. Wolf Walkers, an animated series about hunting evil wolves in Ireland, featuring Sean Bean's voice.
So his voice is going to die.
Oh, big time dead. And then just a bunch of other stuff that I don't care about.
Ooh, the Cap'n Geech and the Shrimp Shack Shooters film.
I didn't
that's
even
coming
want
out?
to mention that. That would blow their minds. But you know, it's another streaming service filled with a bunch of more stuff that we want. But I'm really saving for Disney.
Yeah, Disney Plus is a plus.
Yeah,
that's 100%.
But that's gonna happen because of Star Wars and Marvel. And
Pixar's on there.
Pixar and Disney. Yeah.
It's gonna happen because it's a great service.
It's a great idea, and yeah. So, but yeah, you know, like I don't know. I haven't been watching movies and TV shows and all that stuff.
Yeah, man, it's wild. We have been doing the MCU, going through the cinematic universe again to get ready for Endgame. Some of these movies I've watched multiple times throughout the years. Some of them I've only seen a couple times throughout the years, but I have all of them. We're not going to go through all.
I know you wouldn't, because it's dumb to do so.
Yeah, well, and two in particular we just watched because I showed Katie. She didn't see them when they came out, so we're not going to do Ant-Man and the Wasp again.
Right.
We're not going to do Black Panther again.
Okay.
And we're not doing Guardians of the Galaxy 2 again.
Because it's a real downer.
I just don't like it.
Someone was like, oh, it's better.
Oh, yeah, there's tons of people who absolutely think it's the bee's knees. That's fine.
I mean, it made a ton of money and it's fine.
That's fine. For me, it just didn't work.
That was why, and I hate... Say again, my opinion only. When James Gunn got announced last week to come back to direct Part 3, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm very happy that he's coming back to Disney. And I think he was a big part in shaping the way that our cinematic universe works, because I know he was behind the scenes talking with all these guys. I was okay with him not coming back as a director, though, either. I was okay with him writing, but somebody else coming in and going, I'll do it, like Taika Waititi did with
Well, look what
Thor.
the Russos did with the Guardians in Infinity War.
Exactly. I was looking to see something shooken up in that group, personally. So, yeah. But,
So anyway, yeah, we're doing that.
Good. You should.
That's
I
good.
just did it last year, so I'm not going to do it again. It's still too fresh, and I've seen them all. I haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp since the theater, though, and I only watched it once.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun.
Fun.
I would
and you know
watch
you have
it
that
again.
ending.
So maybe I'll watch it again just to see that, but, you know, we got a lot of stuff. We got Spider-Man to watch this year. We've got...
Godzilla.
It.
I
gotta watch Happy Death Day when I get home today. Because I love the first one.
Can't wait until that comes out on physical media, folks.
Yeah, there's that. You could just watch it like I.
He's Mr. Step into the future, and I'm fall back into the past.
The path is holding on to you.
That's right. Physical media forever, folks.
Until they stop it, yes.
They will never stop it. There will always be physical media.
Hey, they still make DVDs.
Mark
now,
my
right?
words.
That's still happening at Walmart's. Like DVDs.
There's still
coming
DVDs,
out.
but I'm saying there's always going to be boutique shops. There's always going to be people who want these things.
Yes.
And I am absolutely one of them. Physical media all the way.
I can't wait.
You can't trust the digital. Can't trust your hard drives. You can't trust any of that shit.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff you don't even own. You think you do, but you don't.
I don't.
And it's going to go away in about 5 years.
It's disappearing forever.
It will. You watch.
I can't wait to watch you in 10 years when you burn all your Blu-rays because you're like, why do I have all these?
I absolutely will not. Will not. Look, I still have VHS.
I know.
Yeah.
So that's it for our little geeky update for now.
Yeah, that was a very scummy gourmet scum.
Yeah. Disgusting. I'm gonna take a shot.
It was permeated with scum.
So leave a comment, like, subscribe, share, leave your thoughts on the stuff that we talked about.
Cobra Kai season 2?
Yeah, we got a lot. We got Sabrina's back.
Sabrina is in April. Cobra Kai is coming back.
It's Netflix.
In
we can't even
April,
talk
right?
about it. Yes, it's too much.
Oh
stuff.
my god,
too much stuff. So, but we want to talk with you guys. So, leave your comments. We'll talk about Love, Death, and Robots. We'll talk about when Harry met.
That was great too.
Sex Squatch. We'll talk about all that.
It's gonna be great. Oh, I can't wait. Now I think I'm gonna go pull a Quentin Tarantino.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about. Let me get that Grecian formula together.